Well, in a series of fortunate or unfortunate events, depending on how you like to look at things, glass half empty, glass half full type person, we're back. Here we are. And I have found yet another incredibly low-rated creepypasta. And we're going to find out why. Is it low-rated because the writing is bad? Is it low-rated because it's not scary? Is it low-rated because it suddenly ends after nothing has ever happened? There's just a bunch of exposition and then it's over. Or is it all of the above? That's what we call a grand slam. I'm hoping for a grand slam, but we're not going to get greedy. We're going to wait and see. So, this is called Journal Found Within the Woods. And when I clicked on this one, I noticed, first of all, the 4.53 out of 10 star rating. That jumped out at me immediately, and it said, pick me, love me, want me, choose me. It pulled a Meredith Grey all up in my face. And then it starts. I never read these ahead. That's like my number one rule, because I want to go into the trauma with you. I want us all to like interlock arms and Red Rover, let trauma come over together. Except at the very top, I noticed that it said extracted, that's not a word, Far. Extracted from the personal notebook of Detective Charles E. Willows, 1891 to 1940. And I said, oh no, we got a juicy one. We got a big fish on the line. We cannot pass this up. There is every opportunity for this to be mortifying. And I've never been more excited in my life. I whipped out this microphone so fast, I almost smacked it on the shelf that it was under because I was so excited. So fingers, toes, eyes, and nose, everything crossed that this is a goodie. Here we go. Of what has become of Frank Elwood, or where he has vanished to, none can rightfully say. When the townsfolk of Portland, here we go, we're in Portland, everyone, we're in Portland, were questioned extensively by authorities, only a handful of the more rustic country folk could say they had spied him traveling the old dirt roads to Hops Hill in the eve of Good Friday. Their initial investigation to the shunned old hill hidden by thick forest growth was only met with the morbid discovery of small pools of blood. Foul odor in green, brown, black, yellow, and purple splatters of tar-like liquid. Excuse me? Foul odor in green, brown, black, yellow. I'm still with you, but then you said purple. Purple? What? Purple. Okay. Spatters of tar-like liquid with trace scraps of clothing found among those monolith slabs of dark antiquity. Oh, you wrote this with a thesaurus in your lap, didn't you? I don't think those words mean what you think they mean. I'm very glad you cannot see me when I record these, because the facial expressions and the fact I just stroked my computer screen. Why? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Carry on. Further investigation of nearby locals provided the discovery of a medium-sized padlock cylinder jammed against a dock in Dragon's River before it meets with Salamander Bog. Those are fantastic names. I want to live there. Dragon's River, Salamander Bog, sign me up. To which it must have ventured down from the hill whence the river's mouth flows. Upon prying it open with a spade, they found the most material evidence to the fate of the young New Englander. So, they said spouters and tar-like substance. Was this guy an alien? Full of those pens that you coveted as a kid? And they had all the different colors, you just push down the different sides. I picture that is what his veins are like. Push down this. If you press on it like this, it bleeds black. Blue, purple, glitter. Among its chief bulk of contents were a charred hand-woven, skin-bound book. Excuse me? Charred, hand-woven, skin-bound book. That is mortifying. So we might not get scary, but we're definitely getting gross. I hope you're prepared for that. I hope you weren't gonna, hey, Far's uploaded. Let me sit down and have dinner with Far. Please don't eat. Just as a blanketed statement, please don't eat during a creepypasta. It's not gonna go well. I can tell you that off the bat. Skin-bound book, lest we forget, whose characters had been damaged by age, but clearly those of the Irish language. A pair of spyglasses, the leather-bound portfolio of notes and reports, badge branding the name Robert B. Locke, who disappeared in 1891, and the commonplace journal. I love a good journal. My name's Jeremy, and I write in a journal. Robert B. Locke, who disappeared in 1891. And the commonplace journal said normally the first time I ever read it, you never heard me read it in a strange way before, of Frank Elwood. Yet the most curious find came when all of these contents had been removed. For in the bottom of that cylinder lay a strange, jack-shaped black stone the size of a large rat, in which strange characters were carved and dyed a luminous red by some unknown means. It was agreed upon by the investigators to send it to the famed Massachusetts University of the Occult, in that which haunted old city, where men of science and scholars alike could study it. Had not a young officer of Welsh blood seen the stone, which had stirred him an anarchist action in deposing it into the bottomless depths of Black Cove? That sentence didn't sentence. I think we're checking off another one on the list. So far we have gross, we have what the fuck, and we have terrible structure. We are on our way to a grand slam, my friends. Upon being detained and questioned thoroughly for the reason for his insane action of deposing of crucial evidence, the young officer could only vow on his own soul that he had forever rid the world of a horror that would be set loose had it remained in the realms of mankind. One must bear in mind that all recorded in Frank Elwood's commonplace journal may be an imaginative, spectacular hoax. For he may have known of the local hidden legends of the old, grotesque, and unorthodox coven of the Black Goat. Despite its claims in the journal as only knowing of trickled whispers of the supposed witch cult's survival while in Vermont the year prior. Nor was he ever truly mentally sound after his experience in the witch house near his university when he was still a student. As the dwelling's speculations of having unnatural beings had been confirmed. His disappearance may merely be the catalyst boon for the tourism and industrial growth of Maine's forgotten countryside. There are still those who believe the journal should be taken at its face value, and even though highly irrational, take Elwood's account as truth. Correlating the found evidence with all the journal has to offer allowed for such a solid grounding of beliefs. It may have been by such gossip among the early investigators of Elwood's disappearance that the young officer moved to his radical extremes upon seeing the stone. Then, what is the true fate of Frank Elwood? The facts and the fantastic become blurred the longer Elwood